you guys, I'm so nervous. I always do this thing where I'm like pretend nervous is the funnest thing. So, 1, 2, oh. This is a show. Come watch my show. It is on Twitcher, twitchtv.com. This is a Derek show. Please come watch my show on Twitch TV, because it's a gay old time.
That's right. TwitchTV.com.
That's my fade out, by the way. I don't know if you guys have heard my fade out. Hold on, it's really...
Yeah. Go to twitchtv.com/timespentpoorlytv and you can check out what's going on. Yeah, that's right.
I talk about my life.
It's that good.
It's almost on par with what I just did. Yeah. Sometimes it's not as good.
Oh.
That's a good thing. Anyway, come on, watch my show.
Go check it out, DerekYoung.com and at timespentpoorly.com.
I was just on the last episode of the show.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, dudes. Also, can we do a real quick Stitcher spot real quick, you guys?
What's a Stitcher?
Stitch.
I have all the info.
Stitcher. God damn it. Why do I do that?
I don't know. It's Stitcher. Folks, you can also catch us now on...
Really successful.
Stitcher. You can go to Stitcher.com and find us on the Stitcher app. Just go to your whatever it's called, the App Store on the iTunes people, or go to the Google Play Store.
Do it.
Download the Stitcher app, and if you haven't already downloaded it, there's a little area where you can say where you heard about Stitcher. Go and put in Time Spent Poorly, and that'll help us give a little love to us. So go find us on Stitcher. Go onto your phone if you've already got it, and just search for Time Spent Poorly. We'll come right up, and our latest episode will be right there, and our previous 10. So 11 total.
Yeah, I even came up with the idea to promo for their website for them. I'm going to send it to them.
Excellent.
It's going to be you want to download the Stitcher, huh?
I like
that
it.
Jew bird off of Star Wars.
Star Wars 1, yeah.
That Jewy bird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to buy Padres, huh? Download the Stitcher.
God.
Because I can't do an Italian
I like
accent.
it. I like
Is that what that is Italian?
Yeah,
So-
I always start like, I'm like, bibbidi bobbidi, huh? You want to buy Padres? Oh, damn it.
Shit.
That's pretty good, though.
Stitcher.com, and go find us at timespentpoorly.com. Oh, fuck you. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good. I like it.
All righty.
You don't like spaghetti or pizza?
I love spaghetti or pizza.
You don't like
Tom
spaghetti?
doesn't. Tom
What
likes
does Tom
buckets
like?
of poop.
Buckets of shit.
Buckets of shit.
I'm sorry. If you guys would like everyone on the show like spaghetti and pizza or whatever, then that's fine. I'm sure you can pick out.
You know
I'm
what?
Tom. I'm different than everyone. All right.
No one says that you have to like
Oh,
every
right.
kind of pizza, but everyone likes some kind of pizza.
I like
Yeah.
pizza. I like Vin Diesel pizza.
I like pizza. I like vegan pizza.
I like my spaghetti with Vin Diesel meatballs.
Yeah, you know what my wife does? My wife takes a zucchini and gets a potato peeler and just keeps on peeling it and peeling it and peeling it. And she's like, if you close your eyes, it's kind of like noodles. And
No,
then she'll
it's
put
not.
marinara over the top
What
of
I
it.
imagine your wedding night was.
That's right. That's exactly what it was like. She just grabbed the potato peeler and just went nuts on my dick.
That's
And now there's nothing left. So
was that
one
a scene in what's it called?
Antichrist?
Yes, Antichrist. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, Antichrist. That was a good movie. You guys should
Time
see
crimes.
Time crimes.
Time crimes.
You can
Don't see Time Crimes.
Watch Time crimes.
Don't ever watch it.
Okay.
I think we should at some point try and figure out what the best homework we've watched so far is.
I don't think we could agree on it.
I think. Well, you didn't watch Hit
Wet
and
Hot
Run,
American
so
Summer.
Wet Hot
I
American
suppose we
Summer.
could vote
yeah.
it, right?
I think Wet Hot American Summer, and then Hit and Run had a really positive feedback.
Hit and Run was positive.
I've got-
Old Boy was
Old
positive.
Boy, very
really
positive.
liked,
Rubber.
Blitz, right?
What was the one with the two cops?
The two
End of Watch.
End of Watch.
I like
remember
that
Watch.
too.
was
Yeah.
good.
Thomas hated it, of course.
I liked it. What the hell?
Tom hated
Did you
it.
like it?
No, I
No,
didn't.
he didn't.
No, I honestly did watch that.
God
episode.
Bless
I liked it.
America.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, we all like God Bless America, which was before
That's a good
Thomas.
movie.
But I don't think we did that
But
as
I like
homework,
that
though,
movie.
did we?
Yeah. I think you told us about it when you
Didn't
first
we
came
do
on,
it?
right?
We talked about it. We didn't do it as homework.
Oh, that's what's wrong with my list. I
Because
put it
we've
down
all
as
seen
homework.
it. So
I thought we did it as homework as well.
I thought we did.
Oh, I thought you did it as homework as well.
No,
also, too.
remember we tried to, and it was on Amazon or it was on Watch Instant, and by the time we got around to it, it wasn't there anymore.
No, it's still there. You can
Is it still
watch
there?
on there. Yeah.
Oh.
It's we were just talking about it because I talked about
What
it
did you
and then
think
like
was
we
the
just
best?
watched it. We didn't.
What was your
actually,
favorite,
like-
Thomas? Of the whole list? Was it Wet
man.
Hot American Summer?
I loved that. That was so
Well,
great.
that's pretty good.
If watching movies,
Like
for
something that
homework
probably
as
had the
well, I don't wanna
biggest
be right.
impact. It was probably Antichrist, like the most.
Yeah, I
reaction.
could honestly the most polarizing one so far has been Antichrist.
Either that or Sleeping Beauty.
Antichrist was
Sleeping Beauty was
Young
pretty
Adult
polarizing.
Was by far the best one.
What was?
Out of all of them.
Young Adult was
Young Adult
good.
was the worst one.
Can we count Tommy Wiseau's The Room?
No.
Since we all watched it.
No.
We didn't do his homework, but that movie's good.
You guys did all watch it.
Yeah, we did all watch it.
I'd rather watch The Room than Young Adult though.
Oh, me too.
That's sad.
I'd rather watch-
Rousseau's
Okay, but
movie is
this
more
shows
entertaining
us
to
something.
me.
There's a point where a movie becomes so bad it becomes enjoyable again.
Right.
Some movies, not all movies. Some movies are just bad.
Right,
and you hate
like
them no
Sleeping
matter-
Beauty sunk but didn't make the loop back around.
Right.
True that. Actually, Sleeping
The
Beauty is
Room.
probably the worst.
Sunk and
Sleeping
then made
Beauty
its
is
way
pretty
back
bad.
around.
Who's in that one?
That was the one with the TD meats that are on my screen. Emily Browning.
It's bad.
It's
Don't
her
ever
seeing her
watch it.
naked through almost the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's
And
then
not.
some
It's
old guy
actually
gets
does
taken
no.
over.
There's no.
There
It's
really
just-
was no
Can I just
redeeming
turn
value
off
to
the
it.
sound and like listen.
There's
No,
zero.
no.
Yeah, you could just watch the movie with no sound and you get
it
the
was
same.
so obscure that not even
effect as with
Lewis.
watching
You
with
get
sound.
as much emotional connection.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
That's a tough one though. Like I said, Antichrist has had the biggest impact, and that's the movie that
I
I,
think-
want to like, but is just.
See, I liked Antichrist because it was so disturbing. I mean, that's a movie that, even though I know that most people aren't, it's fucked up.
He
but
watches
it's
snuff
something
films
Oh, you know
just
what?
because they're so disturbing.
Snuff films.
You know what, Lewis? Though, also, we all hated it, but Holy Motors was equally pretty polarizing.
Yeah,
Almost as
Yeah,
polarizing
yeah.
as Antichrist was.
But I'd rather watch a Holy Motors than a really generic piece of shit
Right.
like Blitz or
Or the one Seeking
Seeking
Justice.
Justice.
Seeking
Blitz.
Justice. God.
That's
Blitz
a
with a
Statham
Statham
movie.
that I picked. I think I picked. Did I pick that
Blitz
one?
is that's
that was
horrible.
pretty bad.
And a movie with an identity crisis in the worst way possible.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, that
Pretty
was
bad.
all I wanted to discuss.
So yeah.
Should we start this show?
Let's do it.
All right. Here's the new intro that I tried to make, and everyone hates.
Which will be edited.
I tried.
Is there another headphone jack, or am I?
No,
just...
there's headphones. There's two
No,
more.
I have headphones. I just need to jack in.
I don't
To
get
the
it.
internet.
Pull one of the
jack me
littler
in.
ones out and then plug him in.
Jack
Like the Matrix.
Fuck, dude, it's jacking me off so fucking
you?
hot in
You
here.
didn't like the first Matrix?
The first Matrix is the only
No,
good
I was
one.
asking Lewis.
I like the first Matrix
Who
a
didn't
lot.
like the first Matrix?
Was the third one any good? Anybody?
Oh, no.
I really wanted to like 2
Trinity
and
dies
3.
for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
right.
I got up to take a dope and came back
Yeah,
and she was
it's.
still
Oh
dying.
my
it's
God.
disappointing.
I actually did. I pulled a Derek on that movie.
And his fucking dumps are like
Very long.
38.
I pulled a Derek on that movie.
38
We were
minute dumps.
at the old Liberty Theater when that was still going on, or that movie was on, and he goes in and like pushes her heart and it starts beating again. I lean over to my girlfriend and I think I'm whispering, but it was like really, really quiet at that moment, and the whole area around me heard me start laughing. But he puts his hand into her heart and her heart starts beating again. I was like, look, babe, he just hit the reset button, and like the whole So it wasn't. I mean,
What movie is that?
I don't get
the
it.
third when Trinity
Good
dies.
story. Here, let me tell you some stories about how
Oh,
I
wait,
made
wait, wait.
people laugh.
Can we get the tumbleweed?
Hold on.
Where's the tumbleweed? God damn, there it is.
See,
awesome.
it was
We
worth
need
it.
that.
It was all worth it.
Oh god, we need that up all the time.
I have it.
Did you see
It's there.
last?
See,
Just in case.
Yeah, Lewis got it last
I
time.
got it last.
Mine always works because I do the same thing every time. Every time I see Maggie Gyllenhaal from any trailer, whenever it gets quiet, I go, Rachel! Every time. It never loses a beat. I'm that guy.
She's in White House Falls Down.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it. It looks
Just, you get Harvey. I'll go get Rachel.
I like that he's in this
Pete Holmes
professor
is
this week.
amazing.
That's great.
The sad thing about Pete Holmes' Batman is now when I go back and watch, like, because that's part of
You
what
can't
I
not
had,
do it.
I had problems with Dark Knight Rises because the whole time I could just see Pete Holmes up there.
That's all you see is Pete Holmes.
Then that would make it an even better movie.
It didn't.
Ben, how dare you break my back? One more thing. Harvey dead. Can't we trust him?
We've been through this.
All right.
Scary face.
Okay, here we go.
Scary face.
Harvey face.
I'll do.
If I fall asleep.
I'll do the fade if you want to get the microphones.
Oh, dear.
Five young archaeologists have made a remarkable discovery.
Well, that's the fun stuff, you know.
Paul Walker,
Where's my dad? All right.
You know, it's like, did you know what this was? Paul Walker. I like amusement parks.
Paul Walker,
We're making an action movie here. I did good though.
Where's my dad? All right. Is he here? Is he there? Where's my dad? No, it's just my dad. He's playing a prank on us.
I just want to know where my dad is. All right.
let's go for a little ride.
Oh, hi, Mar.
Paul Walker,
Hanging from the balcony with Sir Jarod, the Professor, Nathan Betts, Mrs. Professor, and Thomas the Doubter.
That's you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
God damn it.
Are we on screen? Are we on screen? Because I'm raving.
You see those people with the gloves, the glow?
Yeah.
I'll bring the glow glasses next
To
time.
the show, everybody. To another episode of Hanging from the Balcony.
I feel awful right now.
I feel like Jared's energy's not nearly where it needs to be because of this.
This new.
That's is how I feel about this right now.
Hey!
What the hell are you doing,
I'm
Jared?
on TV!
This mic fucking is...
Am I actually even in the screen?
Who knows? It's
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
to see. Wait,
There we go.
We just see tumbleweed.
There we go. That works better.
Can the viewers see Tumbleweed?
I hope so. You should.
Maybe. There you go. God damn it! This fucking turn it off!
How long is it?
It's just 2 minutes.
Jesus!
Total with the intro, so it's like a minute and a half.
0.5 seconds is too much of that.
You should do the intro and then do 45 minutes of this video.
Well, you know, I'm actually now that I get the now that I have the reaction that I got out of it, I'm just gonna sit over here and
If
hit
you
the
want, you can borrow this.
hit the button.
Oh, I'd go with that any day than the clown music that's playing in the background. I'm waiting for like little gopher heads to pop up and we're like whacking them. Ooh, ooh.
You're just whacking them off.
Well, you know what? Fuck you guys! Oh shit, that was poorly planned.
Anywho, welcome to the podcast, Hanging from the Balcony, once again, where we talk about movies, and other random shit, because that's what we can do. Yeah. So let's get
Jared's lost it. He's just done.
That song
fucked me up. Anyways, let's get right into this, like we always do, with new release movies that we've seen. Lewis, I heard
Yes.
that you've watched a steaming pile of shit movie recently.
Yes, I did want to go to that.
the trailer that everyone saw and was like,
No, not going to that movie. Yeah, no one went. I was the only person.
yeah,
that
I
went.
bet you were.
The movie, of course, is The Lone Ranger.
Where was my invite?
Good God.
I would have went with you.
You would have?
Yeah, if you invited me, I would have went.
I took Kimberly with, and we both had a great time.
Oh yeah, Kim's not
It
here
was
today.
very
It's
ter-
the
it was-
lovely Derek who's filling in
Hi, everybody. I'm
for
Kim.
Kim because Kim's throat got too much D from Lewis.
God.
Tumbleweed? No. Come on.
So
Moving on.
I like crickets.
So yeah, so here's the thing. It's the same
Striking out
creative team, the same creative team that gave us Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Oh, well.
Gore Verbinski, the director, Johnny Depp, Jerry Bruckheimer. So we have these guys. Disney pays them $1 billion. They go and make movies that make
No money.
tons of money. No, they make tons.
The
of
other
money.
ones do.
No, they don't.
So why doesn't the Lone
They suck.
Ranger make any money? Why doesn't anyone want to go see it? Because I was literally the only
Wasn't
person
it?
to see it.
Didn't it have some competition?
Was it
Despicable
literally
Me
just
2?
you
Yeah.
and Kim and
No,
the
no. There were 4 or 5 other people in
Children.
Oh
there.
God, so sad.
Well, no, and actually, I think old people went to this movie. Like old people that were like, I remember the 30s when the Lone Ranger was a thing.
I remember seeing his bulge in that spandex.
There used to be apple orchards as far as I could see.
So I was really wondering, like, what happened where we're finally tired of Johnny Depp, right?
Oh.
Because Johnny Depp has been doing quirky characters since Edward Scissorfingers, and that was awesome. And he's been doing quirky characters that we love. He's always got his face painted white, and you know that's what we expect, and we enjoy it. But I think he outstayed his welcome with Jack Sparrow. If he'd only done the one Pirates movie, we'd have been what's he doing next?
Yeah,
but because he
definitely.
did Jack Sparrow 4 times, we're kind of like, oh, he does quirky bullshit. Okay. And then he did the Willy Wonka thing where it's basically just... Anyway, so now he's painted his face white but with black stripes on it, so that's the change. And he does exactly the stupid racist Tonto voice, which... Everyone's upset because it's racist. I don't really care.
I think that's actually funnier. But
I honestly don't care, but it didn't come off as anything interesting.
Did he
the
say,
problem.
soon spirit of buffalo, tell me to build great casino?
But he talked just like that. His voice was exactly that voice. Well, anyway, part of the problem with the movie is that I don't know. The tone, you'll probably hear about this if you read any reviews, but the tone is really confusing. So it starts out like a typical summer action movie, but then it becomes really dark, but then there's these silly jokes that only work if you're 4, you know? Like...
so Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates kind of works.
Not
the first
one.
Like,
I mean, I
Pirates
like the other ones.
3. Like if you loved if your favorite movie is Pirates of the Caribbean 3, then this movie's the movie.
I thought Pirates of the Caribbean 2 was way worse.
Okay, so then 2, whatever, 4.
They all threw fruit at him and it turned into a shish kebab on the finger on his back.
So you know this one. William Fichtner plays this villain, and he's a pretty decent villain actually. But there's a scene where he cuts Armie Hammer's brother's, the Lone Ranger's brother's heart out of his chest.
Ew.
And you see reflected in Armie Hammer's eye, you see Fichtner pick up the still beating heart and bite into it like a cannibal. And I'm like, okay, so that's not for 4-year-olds, right? And then 5 minutes later, the Lone Ranger and Tonto are sitting on some river bank, and they look over and see Silver, the white horse, up in a tree, like up on a branch of a tree, just standing up there. And you know, Johnny Depp goes, "Something wrong with that horse. That horse not okay." And I'm like, that joke's funny to 4-year-olds, but eating a heart is inappropriate for 4-year-olds.
You're
so
scaring
who's
the
this
shit
movie
out of
for?
children.
That's
Like,
like, that's like those other Pirates movies. Seriously, they have like bones and like dead bodies and like cannibal tribes, and then they have like.
and then all of a sudden, Johnny
silly,
Depp goes, "Why is the rum gone?"
Well, and then so
Sword.
Johnny Depp's not likable. He doesn't do anything interesting. Armie Hammer's, I think, a really good actor, but in this movie, his character is the generic. I follow the law. The law. We've got to do things by the book, and then everyone gets killed because he does things by the book. And then finally, he puts on the mask. And even then, he's like, "I will not shoot a person. I will not murder." You know. And so the first time he fires his gun as the Lone Ranger, he shoots a warning shot. It ricochets off of a barn, hits another thing, ricochets up, hits this rope that's holding a giant wooden block, falls down on the 2 villains who are attacking him, and crushes their heads. Like, you see their bodies with their heads literally gone underneath this thing. And he's like, "Whoops." You know? And I'm like, it was, well, it's played like a joke, but I turned to Kim after I saw it and went, "Jesus Christ!" And she's like, "I know." It's like horribly graphic, so it's weird, but it's
maybe,
not.
Do you think
good.
they should have got? Maybe they should have got his twin brother from that Social Network.
They probably
movie.
that would have been good. Oh, there is one thing though. At the end, the final big battle, right as the battle starts, the Lone Ranger music starts. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know how's the Lone Ranger music go. That's it. That music starts, and I swear to God, everyone in the theater, including me, went, "Yay!" Like it just kind of swept us up for about 2 minutes, but then it lasts for 40 minutes.
What did Hans Zimmer do to music?
It's one of those.
It sounds like a Mad TV joke. They took something fun and made it 25 minutes long.
It's blockbusters nowadays. They can't fucking end without a 40-minute, like the end of Man of Steel. They didn't need to be 40 minutes long, right? Mm-hmm. Wolverine, we haven't seen it yet, but when it comes out, it'll have a 40-minute ending where, you know, he has to fight people for 40 minutes, and we'll just be like, Jesus, you know? One of these days, someone's going to say, it's not the length of the action, it's not the amount of action that makes us interested, it's, you know, what the stakes are. You can have a really exciting final fight in a minute. Like the end of Equilibrium or something. You all seen that? Remember the ending of that?
God, I love that movie.
It's great. The final fight is 5 seconds long.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really
satisfying.
cool... It's so satisfying. It doesn't need to be 50 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Just needs to satisfy and then be done.
Or even the shorter fight in the other Statham movie we saw.
Safe?
Safe, yes. The end fight scene.
There were some
with
cool
his
fights
buddy.
in Safe,
Well, the end fight scene, the little girl caps the villain's knee and it's over. Like,
Oh, yeah,
before
that's
the fight
right.
even starts.
That's right. I
And
forgot about
it's
that.
you're still kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine.
That's what I want. I want just... I mean, think of Old Boy. Remember the fight in the hallway? That fight lasts for 6 or 7 minutes. And it's a very intense 6 or 7 minutes, and there's like consequences. He's getting stabbed.
Walks off with
He's hitting people with a
knife in his
hammer
back.
claw. And when it's over, you're like, Jesus, that was awesome. But it's 6 minutes. It doesn't need to be 60 minutes. You
Right.
don't need a 60-minute sequence.
Right.
So Lone Ranger falls for that bit again. It's a huge bomb. It cost... They're claiming now that it only cost $225 million. But earlier reports had it listed at 350 before advertising and another 150 million for advertising. So somewhere between 250 and half a billion dollars. And it made $20 million.
It's Johnny Depp. We'll make millions.
I think Johnny Depp's gone and put himself in a spot now. He did the Jim Carrey.
He's gonna have to stop.
Oh,
He's gonna have to
that's a
stop
nice-
making
nice-
movies for
Yeah.
5 years. And
Where everything you make is gold, and you suddenly make $20 million in blockbusters, and then suddenly no one wants to see you anymore, right? And now when Jim Carrey makes something, like, are we going to see Kick-Ass 2
we're all
for
going to
Jim
be
Carrey?
cautious
Like,
about it. Yeah.
He might be good in Kick-Ass 2, but no one's going because Jim Carrey,
No.
right?
No.
I might.
unless it's Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Oh, well, that's a good point. Touche, Jared. Anyway, that's what I saw. I had to talk about. Everyone is making fun of me, by the way, for going to it, but
Well, I didn't. I thought you
Someone
went by
had to see
yourself,
it.
and I felt bad, and I was
No,
just like,
Kim
oh,
went
but
with
Kim, I forgot you have your soulmate. So
yeah, she'll go to
Jesus.
whatever. We're gonna go see some
bitter
movies
much.
this weekend, but we'll talk about that later. All right.
All right. Well, I saw Aftershock a while back with Derek, because Derek has heard rave reviews.
What is
about this
Aftershock?
movie.
That's the
This is
Eli
that-
Roth one?
Yeah, the Eli Roth movie.
Jesus,
well, it's
that
not
guy-
even Eli
He's just
Roth.
in it,
he's
though.
Just in it.
He's-
Oh, he's in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not an Eli Roth movie.
He didn't write it or direct it.
He's an okay actor. I liked him in
He was the
Inglourious.
best.
Bears?
Part. He was the best. Part
It's
of
the only
movie.
thing that was good in the whole movie. The movie sucks a bag of dicks, though.
Is this set in like
It's their
South America?
2010-ish,
It's like
2011.
It's in Chile.
It's in
Some
Chile.
people go to Chile. And
Yeah,
then
this
there's
happened, like, recently.
An earthquake, and then they are like, we're in a foreign
Yeah.
country.
The trailer, like the beginning part, is the only good part of the movie, and then it just continuously goes downhill from there. There is, I don't know why it's called Aftershock and not called like something bad happens and then that's it.
I think that title
a
was
series
taken.
of inconvenient
Because
events.
it's these 4 dudes. One of them's a friend, or 3 dudes, and one of them's a friend of some foreign dude from wherever, Brazil, wherever the fuck they're at. Who cares? It sucks. And then they go to this party. An earthquake happens. Tons of people die. Then they try to get out, and then a prison has been destroyed from the earthquake. So all the prisoners are loose, and so everyone's running for their lives because they're raping and pillaging
And they are raping and
And
pillaging.
they are raping and pillaging.
I love the idea
supposed
that
to keep
prisoners are all rapists and murderers, when in fact they're all just people who sold marijuana.
Yeah.
Well,
And tax evaders.
And
They-
taxpayers. That's all.
they're trying to make it like, oh my god, like, oh, I'm sitting on the edge of my feet because they're gonna get hurt right
Edge of
now.
your feet.
But it's a whole pack of them like sitting by a garbage can that's on fire, and then they're like, hey, who's that? Let's go rape them.
seriously is. Like,
And you're just like,
hey, there any girls walking down this road? That's raping. I only use that voice because it's so stereotypical, like a gang
and then
mentality.
they're just following them because they've got two girls that also survived this thing that are following them. And then okay, everybody dies. I'm spoiling this whole movie. Don't go watch it because it sucks miserably. I'm terribly pissed off I spent money onto this.
You spent money?
Yeah, I rented it.
Nice.
And so like
It's better than
everyone
Young
died,
Adult.
and like it just slowly like
Wow,
everyone's getting killed off. Eli Roth dies by getting set on fire, which
It's
was
pretty. He's the only likable character in the
Yeah,
movie. So
and
when
he-
he dies, it's pretty.
it's-
It
you just
takes a
don't
lot
care.
away from you because you're like, now that he's dead, I don't give a shit about anybody.
because
else.
during the whole movie, you're like, oh, he's like the lovable guy who's just trying to, he's really shy and all this, and then he dies, and you don't give two fucks about everyone else.
Yeah, you don't care.
So, if you want to know why a character's likable or not likable, because Hollywood sometimes misses this, audiences will like a character if the character makes smart decisions. Even if the decisions don't pan out, as long as the decision makes sense to the audience, they'll be like, okay, I'm on your side. But if characters make bad decisions or do stupid things that get them in trouble, audiences get pissed and just want that
Don't
character
also
to die.
is the add on to that, isn't it also the one guy who, or female, whoever, don't leave anyone behind. We have to stick together
Yeah.
and be a group, and
Derek, where'd you go?
yeah. Well, and then because even if there's someone trying to make the tough choices where they're like, leave them because both their legs are broken, no one likes them still, despite the fact that
Well, that's the thing is he gets a rock falls onto him and like crushes his leg, so he's stuck. And they're like trying to get him out while this group of rapists are trying to rape him pretty much. That's what they're trying to do.
It is what they're trying
That's
to say.
literally
brings me
what
back
they're
to Silence.
constantly pointing out. No, like they go to this like they go to this like part of town that's all locked off, and they're like, just let us in. They're like, no, because you might have one of the prisoners and they're gonna rape everybody.
That's seriously. He's
Not
not even
even
over
joking.
exaggerating. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's so
It's
bad.
better than Young Adult.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, that's the point. If Hollywood has that morality where if someone gets hurt and Derek's like, I'm out of here, I don't give a shit, then we're like, he's evil.
Yeah.
But we still respect him, and we still actually like that character, right?
Yeah.
We're still kind of like, he's kind of cool. I
Derek. Are we talking about Derek who ran
as a character, yeah, the character that runs
Really?
away. As long as they
So-
make choices that I think are smart. But when a character's like, I'm so scared, let's just give our guns to the rapists and see if they'll help us out. That character, because we're in the audience going, that's a bad plan. That's stupid. You deserve to die. So I think when characters make those choices, or if someone's pinned under a rock and someone's like, we can't leave them, that's when we start going, fuck you.
like
you know?
like Superman
Yeah.
when she's pinned under that building. Don't leave me.
Yeah.
The only thing I hated about that scene is just how you don't give a shit who that girl is.
Yeah.
You don't even know her.
Oh my God, save me! And you're like, it's not Jimmy Olsen. Let's move on.
It kind of was. It was Jenny Olsen.
But it wasn't Jimmy Olsen.
It wasn't Jimmy Olsen.
It was the Jimmy Olsen of this
No,
universe.
it wasn't.
Well, why don't we? Just
We don't
have a
care
Jimmy
about
Olsen?
her.
Do we care about Jimmy Olsen?
We would have.
I
If it
care
was Jimmy
about Jimmy
Olsen
Olsen.
pinned under a rock, people would have cared. Instead, it was just like, I'm just some stupid bitch in an office that makes sandwiches. We gotta have our sandwiches. Help her out, everyone.
Well,
Band
no
together.
one cared about anyone in the newsroom in that movie, anyways.
But that's okay. They didn't give us a chance to care about them.
Yep.
I'll agree with that. But yeah, whenever a movie puts characters in a position where they're making choices that just piss us off, when
Yeah.
we're in the audience going, don't do that. You hate that character.
Well, that's what they're trying to do in this scene. Is that he's pinned, and then like they're gaining onto him, so they all have to like run and hide, and they're all hiding, and then the girls go and hide under some rocks, like, oh, they won't see us hidden under these rocks. Yeah. and so like they're
basically hidden like E.T.
Yeah.
in the closet,
and he's like laying there on the ground. I don't remember they don't.
And
they like
just
do
hear his
something to
voice from the rock.
Oh god!
Stop raping me,
Guys, it's happening. Come help me, guys.
They do something like don't they shoot him in his hand or something like that while he's all, and then they pour gasoline onto him and set him on fire. And then one of the girls is like, you know, like I gotta scream out a little
That's
bit.
the thing that pisses you off. You're like, come on, just be quiet.
And so they're like, there she is. They grab her. They rape her. That's what they did.
They did absolutely shoot,
and it's miserable.
And that's one of the things I always hate about like movies is like when like they're supposed to be quiet and like. But like this is their version of being quiet. Like, oh my god, hide in the closet. Oh my god, the guy's in the same room as me.
God, I hate rape scenes so much.
They're supposed
bad,
to be scared,
too.
right? I mean, what do you want her to
Yeah.
just be in the closet like?
And then like
That ruins my day.
Yeah.
so they rape.
A little smoke coming out through the grill.
So the guy rapes her. The like other ones are like, now let's go get the other guys while he's raping her. And then like the other girl like comes in, or no, the other big dude, the guy who like could have probably taken these dudes on, because I think only one of them's got a gun and it's a 6-shot, and he's already blasted off like 4 of the shots. So technically, you could throw one of the girls in front of him, and she could have just went off and
Human shield.
yeah, human shield, and then axe the guy. Because there's the firefighter who's also what you find, which is the big twist, is he's a rapist.
He's a prisoner.
Not even joking.
Yeah.
He's a rapist.
He's one of the.
They're all rapists?
Because he's got tattoos. Anyone with tattoos is what they consider a rapist.
So the screenwriter's like, oh, I'm going, I really want to
By
write a
the
movie
way-
about rapes.
yeah, exactly.
By the way, the big Chilean guy that's like the one that lives down there totally wears a hat, is bald, and has a beard, and looks exactly like Nathan.
That's
the
exactly
whole
what we
time.
said. We're like,
I
dude,
was
that looks like Nathan.
I'm like, that's Nathan, dude.
Yeah.
That rapist looks like Nathan.
Is that rapist Nathan? It really does look like it. It's hilarious.
You guys found out my alter ego,
Which
you fuckers.
he does get raped behind a garbage can.
Yeah.
You promised me you wouldn't say anything about it!
So like the big all that goes on, and then
Rape
so everyone's
Still
slowly dying off as they're getting and then some of the villains are dying, but everyone's just dying off. And then the big twist is they jump down this hole because it's like an underground tunnel under the city that leads them to the ocean. They're like, oh, well, we'll just get there. Well, they jump down, and it's this last girl, and then the dude who you don't know what he is until he takes his shirt off and she sees his tattoos, and then instantly she's seen my tattoos. Rape mode engaged. And like, yes, it's
He
literally
does get like noticeably crazy if when he's a fire engine guy. He's all like, "Come on, follow me,"
and he's helping
I'm gonna
them
help
out.
you.
Yeah,
And you're like, "Wow, like, this guy's really heroic." And all of a sudden, he takes off his thing, and all of a sudden, he's like, "By the way, I'm a prisoner."
yeah.
It's all like sinister.
He's helping them the whole movie too. Like, oh, come on, I'll protect you. Like, he's nice. And then at the end,
I'm so tired of twists. Like, at
Thanks,
this
M.
point,
Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
no, like seriously, at this point in the movie, if you want a twist that will shock America, just have the bad guy that you introduced at the beginning as the bad guy. Just be the bad guy. Yeah. Don't have some big twist where the buddy who was his friend the whole movie is also working for the. Just have it be the guy. From the
Like
start.
on The Heat.
Yeah. Well, no. Guess what? In Lone Ranger, you've got the cannibal dude. We get to the very end, and he's like,
Spoilers.
guess who the cannibal's working with? Well, is it a spoiler though when it turns out to be one of the main people that
it doesn't matter.
was a
No one
good
will
guy
watch
the
that
whole
shitty
movie?
I was merely letting people know.
At this point,
I don't think they'll care.
it's a shock. It will shock me if one of the rich white guys that's working on the good guys team doesn't turn out to be a secret traitor.
You didn't get to the best part.
Okay, and
Oh,
then
there's more?
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
The best part of the whole movie.
Is the very end. She's like makes her way out, and then she's like, because he gets crushed, some rocks fall
Somehow
onto
he
him.
dies.
Somehow
Whatever,
he
fuck
dies.
him.
Yeah,
He's dead.
and then she gets out, and she's like, I'm free, you know. And she like is out in the sand, like, yes, we're all gonna be saved. It's completely peaceful out. There's no fires anymore. It's a beautiful outscape, and then she turns around, and a wave
Like tsunami.
It's like 1,000 feet in the air.
literally. And
She's this big, and it is like this. It's massive. It's gonna wipe out the whole island. And she's just like, oh,
there's like a tunnel walking out on the beach. She wouldn't even have been able to walk through that tunnel. The wind would have just been like, like blowing her face off. And she's like, God, it's so sunny out here.
It was a calm before the storm.
Shows the tidal wave credits.
So is the point of this movie just like life's a bitch and then you die?
I guess.
Right.
Watch out because you might get raped.
Cover your b-hole.
Yeah.
Don't go to Chile. This is Steve.
Don't go to
Ryan.
third world
You never
countries. Well, like that's the thing too. Is
Never
it's
visit
clearly
Chile.
a third world country. They show the shacks built on top of shacks on the mountain.
Right.
This is the Chilean government saying, "Come visit our country."
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
don't
bad.
say it. What else
Don't
did we
ever
see?
it. I think Nathan saw Catch and Release.
I saw Catch and Release because Kevin Smith was talking about it on one of his podcasts. I'm like, he mentions this often. I can't watch it anywhere. It was in a $2.99 bin. I'm like, I could either rent it or buy it. So I just snagged it, watched it, and did not like it. There's really not much to talk about. It was. He didn't write it. He didn't direct it. He's just is one of the few things that he just acted in, and his character ate the entire time. He did great with all of his lines and everything. It's just he was unfortunately directed to eat the entire time.
They made him the fat stoner.
They made him the fat stoner, basically. He had all of the redeeming lines, like the quirky fat guy lines and all that.
But he's good at heart.
Very good at heart, yeah. All that good
So
stuff.
is this a romantic comedy or what?
I guess it was it was a downer though, because like
who's in it?
Jennifer Garner's in it.
Oh, Felian, the hitman dude.
Timothy Oliphant is in it.
Oliphant, okay.
And her fiance gets killed like in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and it's just a downer from the rest of the way through it.
So is it about her learning to love again?
Yes, basically.
I really want to see
You
that.
should, yeah. I can.
That sounds super.
You know what?
Does she learn to love again?
I'll send it home with you, and you don't have to bring it back. You can borrow it.
Don't they call it Catch and Release? Because her and her father would always go fishing.
Yeah, there's a big fishing, fly fishing theme throughout the whole thing.
Like a river runs through it.
Oh man,
It was fine. It was. Don't watch it. Don't find it in a bin and be like, hey, this is worth bringing home. I don't know. I didn't like it, but I just wanted to see it because he references it so often. I just had to see what it was about. So.
I guess he's in it because Jennifer Garner's married to Ben Affleck and they're buddies.
Right.
Speaking of, I saw Seeking Justice at Hastings for $1.99.
Oh really? I saw when I watched it on Netflix, it came up as Seeking Justice, but I just pulled it up before the show to double check on it for the year, and now it's just Justice, and then it says Seeking Justice in parentheses.
Really?
So there must have been something that just went through.
Justice.
So there's some deal with the title just must have went through, and they had to rename it.
We'll get to Seeking Justice. First, tell us about 100 Years of Evil, Derek.
Oh, 100 Years of Evil. So it's a movie. It's almost embarrassing to talk about because I've realized while watching it how much of just a stupid person I am. And I still really need to read a history book. But I didn't read the information, so I started watching it, and it's a mockumentary. But it's totally like documentary style, it's 100%
So you thought it was real.
serious. And so I'm like watching it, I'm like, that can't be true. like what? So I'm like watching it, and then I'm like, what? So then I'm like, God, I need to read a book. Like I'm an idiot. Like I didn't read any of this. So then I back out of it, because you can do that on Netflix. I back out of it, and then I read the info, and it's like first thing, it's like, oh, comedy spoof about. So I'm like, oh, I am a moron. So I still need to read a book because apparently I know nothing about history. Because I'm like, God, that can't be real.
That doesn't seem right.
But basically, these filmmakers, they find out that basically Hitler didn't die during World War II. He lives and is like shipped to America with a bunch of other God, I'm so fucking stupid. Just saying it makes me feel so stupid. God damn it. So when they storm into, like, Hitler's bunker, there's a, God damn it. I'm thinking more of how much of an idiot. There's a bunch of, like, Hitler lookalikes. It's like 100 guys with Hitler mustaches. Not kidding. So because none of them will reveal their true identity, he sends them all. They all get sent to a camp in the United States, like in the Nevada desert, where they all live there, and the project's called the Rebecca Project. I'm not kidding, and I'm like, really? Like, I'm watching this series, like,
I can picture Derek
sincerely thinking, like, God, there's no fucking way that this is real. Is that real? I'm just watching it. And so they sent all these Hitlers to this camp. Multiple Hitlers. The pictures they're showing are like Photoshop, but they look so real. They're just like a bunch of like Hitlers, and basically over time, all these Hitlers are so loyal to the real Hitler, whose name is like Adolf, like Fromheimer or something, and
Adolf Lundgren.
They're all like so loyal to him that all of these Hitlers live their whole life as Hitler, so they all die one at a time from old age. No joke. So then, like the last remaining Hitler, eventually is like let out of this camp, and then basically these documentaries, these filmmakers are following the trail that Hitler has left behind. By the end of the camp, I knew it was a documentary, and so I kept watching. I'm like, this is pretty funny, especially since I got duped, and I'm an idiot apparently.
I can just see Derek. I'm gonna have to look this up.
Well, I was just
where's Wikipedia?
I didn't look it up. I was just like, what the fuck? And so I just backtrack, and I see it's a comedy. I'm like, okay, well, now this makes way more sense, because it just kept getting sillier and sillier. Like, he does a bunch of like Hollywood movies, and they're like, see, here's Adolf like Fromheimer right here, and it shows him in the background. He's all like. And it's like old like 40s like flapper movie, like he's just like in the back like dancing. It's just so stupid. He moves like this little community in Texas, and he decides that he's gonna have a race with this. They don't know it's Hitler, like his last name isn't Hitler at this time, but he has like a race with John F. Kennedy to get a man to the moon. and they're like he's like in this retirement community, and like they're talking to this guy or it was like a small town basically, and this guy's like, no one in our town was really motivated, but it was easy to get behind him. He was so passionate. And then it shows like an old footage of him at like a city council meeting, like, we will get a man to the moon. It's so fucking stupid. And they build like this crappy rocket, and it's so bad.
Is it worth watching?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
It totally like blindsides you. It's
no, we're side blinds. Either way.
It blindsides you. You watch it, and then next thing you know, there's a 400-pound black guy living in your house trying to get a scholarship. So weird.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that movie.
Anyways,
It was good though. I'll watch it again.
all right. Well, whoa, I'm all staticky now.
Whoa, weird.
On to the news.
Fuck.
Why the fuck? On to news. They released a new trailer for the new Old Boy, which is one movie that we all like, that we
Watched it as homework quite a while ago.
which is the original one, which is fantastic.
And which you should probably watch
which you
before
really
you go
should
to the
watch.
Definitely watch the first one
Because-
first.
I don't know, the trailer for this American one looks like a steamer to me.
Well, it
looks like he's trying to
we can
change
watch
it,
the trailer, but my concern is if the American version isn't awesome, then people will be like, oh, so that's Old Boy, and they'll just never watch the real good version.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so here's the trailer.
There it is.
You turn it up a little bit, Jared.
What the fuck is the food?
The fuck?
Hello? Hello? Hey, tell me why I'm in here. Look at me. No.
Back down a little bit.
Get that heart rate. The body of Donna Hawthorne was discovered. The prime suspect, Joseph Doucette, the victim's former husband and father of the surviving child.
Your father's been missing for 20 years. If I could somehow bring him here, do you think you could forgive him?
I could try.
So far, it's like shot for shot, right?
It's pretty close. This interview with the daughter is in.
He showed up last night.
I need your help, Chucky.
I haven't seen the guy in like 20 years.
Who are you?
If you were trying to find your daughter and clear your name, I could help you.
If you would like to see your daughter alive again, answer 2 questions. 1, why did I imprison you for 20 years? And 2, why did I let you go?
Whoa, nice butt.
I don't want you to go.
You don't have a choice. And whoever you are, I will find you.
I only run this place, all right? Shit, you might want to think about what you're doing here.
I've been thinking about it for the last 20 years.
You think they'll go full?
Nope.
Full storyline.
You can already tell
It's
that
his
they've
daughter.
changed it.
No, he's fucking his daughter.
Yeah.
That's 100% gonna be what they go with.
Spoilers. I want to actually watch the old movie.
But he already knows what his daughter looks like.
Who cares?
That's a fake.
It's a fake
It's
daughter.
a fake interview.
No, he bangs his daughter. Dude, they're totally gonna do it. I'll bet you $1.
No, but the question is, okay, so do you remember when in the movie, in the original, when the guard boy is sitting there and he looks up and he sees our main guy holding the hammer, and it's just a still shot, and then this dotted line goes.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think might be missing in this show. Cool stuff like that where you're just like, oh, because in the preview we see him bury the hammer in the guy's head, but it's not about actually burying the hammer. It's about like.
Yeah, all that cool extra. All that cool
and
extra
then so
stuff.
Clearly,
don't touch.
Wow.
Don't touch.
Why is that being retarded? Clearly, Samuel L. Jackson is some kind of futuristic white-haired Mohawk dude.
Sam Jackson
has white hair in 50% of his movies. I'll point that out.
He's playing. He's playing the head of the prison. If you remember, the head of the prison gets like his finger chopped off and stuff. He's a pretty big part of the movie.
But he's not the dude.
He's not the dude. He's not the dude. The old boy is, I believe, how do you say his name? Chartlow Chopley or something like that. The guy from District 9.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. And they purposely don't show his face in the preview. They do show his bare ass as he's swimming.
Yeah, they're gonna do it, dude. I don't think they're gonna hold back on that.
I think they're gonna do it too.
Is Old Boy on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah. Watch
Sorry,
it.
did you see it? I
Tom?
thought you would see it.
I've never seen it.
It's good.
Shit.
It's really good.
Never
I
seen
could have
it?
sworn.
Oh, don't watch it now. It's ruined.
It's ruined now.
It's ruined now.
Old Boy's awesome.
Yeah, it's still worth
It's
seeing,
still
dude.
good.
It's so good.
It's still worth seeing, but
At this
taste,
point,
yeah.
it's kind of fuck you. You should have seen it by now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, Thomas, but
I've never seen it or even heard of it. Is it an American film?
No,
it's
no.
South Korean.
Oh, so I should have seen a South Korean film that
It's
a normal
probably-
person probably never heard of, right?
It's probably
Hey
South
Tom, you remember
Korea's
how I
best
don't
movie.
watch any foreign movie at all, and I've seen this movie?
Yeah.
But I know the
But
people you hang
watch
out with,
foreign movies.
and plus I don't really.
Yeah, who do you hang out with that makes you watch foreign films? Nerd.
They're all like hipstery.
Dude, I saw Old Boy in high school, which I hated even more.
High school?
No,
You hated
during
high school.
Well, yeah, I did hate high school. You didn't? You liked high school? Were you a big fan of it?
Huge fan of high school. I did real well in high school.
He was the king of the
Were
school.
you a lord of the ladies back in high school?
Lewis had his Letterman jacket on. And
No,
I was like, hey,
fuck you guys. I was a level 17 dwarf.
Cleric.
So.
There you go.
I picture him in 80s style, like convertible.
I was in the
Letterman
80s.
jacket.
I had a convertible.
Combing his hair back. At least like
in slow motion.
REO Speedwagon shirt.
Lead cheerleader under his arm.
I bet
Cam.
you Lewis was swimming in fucking poon.
Slamming kids into the locker. Whatever.
Yeah.
I need your lunch money, punk.
I still think it looks like a good movie, but I do honestly think they're gonna go there. I don't know why they would hold back on it. I think we're mature enough for it now.
Yeah, because U.S. audiences.
My concern is that they're gonna go more for the spectacle than the other thing. Like you saw the scene where the elevator door opens and there's people all there. In the original, it's not as big an elevator. It's I don't know. Like I think he's gonna try and recreate a lot of the scenes without shot for shot recreating them, and it's a tough thing to do. I mean, I would not want to be Spike Lee.
You know what would have been
trying to
really
make a
awesome
good
is if he
Old
would have
Boy.
just redone his own movie.
And just called it by a different name. Just made a
No,
good
just
movie.
call it Old Boy, the American version of it, and have him direct it.
Oh, the Korean director?
Yeah. He does American movies now, doesn't he?
Paul Walker could be the
He might, yeah.
main
What's
character.
he
Paul Walker.
Where's my daughter, right?
No, just use the same.
Why have I been in prison for like 20 years? Is this a prank?
Yeah.
Did my dad pull a
Just
prank?
use American actors, and isn't that Pusher just a
remake of-
It's like a remake
of his own movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
It
Could
would
be
have been
done.
fine. I think Spike Jones should.
Sometimes I feel like you don't. Spike Jones is cool, but it's not that kind of.
No, it's not that.
Sometimes I feel like you just maybe don't need to remake certain movies.
Yeah.
Some movies are done
Just watch the Korean
really well the first time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Korean movie,
If we can do anything besides spoil this movie for you, watch the original first.
Yeah.
The original is so good.
You know, some of
And
my
fucked
favorite movies got remade into terror. Like, I love Charade. They remade it into His Name is Charlie or whatever it was with Mark Wahlberg. Shitty. I love The Manchurian Candidate. They remade it with Denzel Washington. Shitty. But, I mean, like, the original's so good. And the
Do you think
remake's just
they'll
so
have him
bad.
eat an octopus?
No. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Well, it wouldn't fit with that.
It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not in
true.
Korea, just some fucking white American guy like eating an octopus. I don't know why I'm here.
This sure is good, though.
The sushi bar is my favorite.
It needs ketchup.
This sushi's sucking my face.
What will be the equivalent of that? You know, like, give me an extra long hot dog. Everyone in the audience,
some
no
ranch.
way.
Just dangling.
Is he dipping that hot dog in ranch? Holy shit! This movie's intense.
Just
Didn't even microwave it first.
just going all out on the hot dog. Just
All right. I'll still go see it.
Oh, definitely.
I'll go see it.
You know what? There's a good Spike Lee movie called Do the Right Thing. You should see that. Have you seen it?
I think I have seen it.
Is it about how you shouldn't go see his movies?
Yeah.
Do the Right Thing's good. It's a good movie. And he did one or two others that are good. I think I met a guy that worked with Spike Lee, and he told me some stories about how Spike Lee's a dick. But it's been years, so I don't remember.
Dadoe.
Yeah.
Like how
I heard he was in a
he's
very
pretty anti-white people.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's really sensitive about race to the point where he makes you racist.
It makes him racist too.
Well, I mean,
And,
his racism pushes you against, like you want. What do you do when somebody's like, "You're racist" in your face? There's a part of you that's going to be like, "Well, against you, I am." But it's not racism.
Well, I am now.
It's not racism if you're just mad at one black person. Like
Right.
if you're like Spike Lee's a fucker, but I don't care about other black
Well, when
people.
his movies are shit.
Yeah, well, okay.
What's
the other?
The next one is one that
recommended by Tom in our little. We have a weekly conversation back and forth with the whole crew while we're not on air, so we can share notes and give out times or scheduled changes or whatever. And Thomas got on there and put this up there, and all he said was, "This looks promising." And I was like, "Oh, great!" I clicked on it and I was like, "Oh shit, he's fucking right." God damn it! It's called 12 Years a Slave, and it is a slave movie by the production company of Brad Pitt, which would make it a Plan B company movie, and looks good. It's got Michael Fassbender in it. Let's take a look at it. Cumberbatch is in it too. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I have a man crush on that guy.
He's a good-looking dude.
He's replacing Vin Diesel soon.
Uh-oh.
He's not necessarily good looking.
He's
I want to
charismatic.
ask you what part of the country you come from.
I originate from Canada. I guess where that is.
Oh, I know where Canada is. I've been there myself.
Well, travel for a slave.
Solomon Northup is an expert player on the violin.
I was born a free man. Lived with my family in New York.
Be good for your mother.
Till the day I was deceived.
To Solomon.
Kidnapped. Sold into slavery.
Oh, Steve McQueen. He's made some interesting movies.
Well, boy, how you feel now?
My name is Solomon Northup. I'm a free man, and you have no right whatsoever to detain me.
You're no free man. You're nothing but a Georgia runaway.
Giamatti.
Went down to the river Jordan.
And that servant that don't obey his Lord shall be beaten with many stripes. That's scripture.
That is
Condition
scripture.
your laborers. It's all wrong.
They're my property.
You say that with pride.
I say it as fact.
Drink!
Man does how he pleases with his property.
Oh, you know what this is?
I think I'm here.
Days ago,
It's a prequel to Inglourious Bastards. It's the same exact fucking voice that he uses.
Do and say as little as possible.
Soul arising.
Well, I don't want to survive.
For the year when
I want to live.
I thought you knowed something.
I did as instructed. There's something wrong. It's wrong with the instruction.
Master
Is that Paul Dano?
Anymore, I'll learn you
I
100
hate Paul
lectures.
Dano.
I
Yeah.
know what it like to be the
He's hard to
object
like.
of Master's lash. In his own time, good Lord will manage them all.
Should have been Oprah.
I will survive. I will not fall into despair. I will keep myself hardy till freedom is opportune.
Was Paul Dano in Cowboys and Aliens?
I was
Yeah.
a free man.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not a
And the
slave.
girl next door.
Yeah, he's unlikable.
He is kind of unlikable, huh?
That looks really
Look-
good.
Look up Steve McQueen,
Ugh.
the director, not Steve McQueen.
Really?
the
Fuck
actor.
you. That looks terrible. That looks fucking horrible.
You know,
Yuck sticker.
actually, it looks
And
like
then
it's probably very well made, but
The main dude is from Serenity, the movie. The
Oh yeah, he is like the ninja.
Yeah.
oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit!
Assassin
Wow,
Okay, but
it's gonna be good.
The
Anything
question
that
is-
has to do with the Serenity. I mean,
are we going to come out of this movie like not Steve McQueen the actor, Steve McQueen the director? You just go to IMDb and so that guy, yeah, that's Steve McQueen. So my question is, are we like going to learn anything from this movie? Am I going to come out of it going, "Oh, slavery was bad"?
no, but at the same time,
So he's the guy that did Shame and Hunger. Those are both like with Fassbender. It's the one where they show his wiener and everyone's
His
like
giant hog.
Yeah, they talked about it forever. But he's made like 3 movies.
I think Tyler Perry should have
all
done
with Fassbender.
I don't know. As far as obviously when they say based on a true story, it's
Loosely.
loosely. But at the same time, whenever you can learn something about a real guy, and movies that are based on true stories does cause people to look up a lot of like, hey, what?
Yeah,
what,
okay, but don't. Okay, so my question though is, are the people who need to learn a lesson from this movie are the people who, maybe today are like, black people should be slaves? Like, are those people going to this movie? Are
But
the
the
people like, are neo-Nazis going to see this and learn anything?
Maybe it's more of a movie about, like, not necessarily redemption because he did not do anything wrong, but like just the story of how he
Holding
gets
on to
out of
hope
it.
and sticking
I mean,
through
maybe
all the
I don't think that they're gonna. I don't think the point of the movie is to, hey, guess what? boys and girls. Slavery's bad.
Yeah.
Look at how, crappy it was in the South. At least that's my hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because if not, then yeah, we'll probably get another generic.
Well, I mean, okay, you guys got to know, like, I'm really frustrated with 2013. The other day I was thinking about, I like to imagine if I hope at some point to get a pill that will make me immortal and never die and maybe make me young again so that I don't get old and gross like I am currently doing. And
that's depressing.
But I've always thought, like, yeah, someday they'll invent immortality. That'll be awesome. But then I start looking around, and myself included, and I'm like, do we really need a bunch of, like, people like us around for 150 years? Because in 150 years, they're going to be looking at 2013 as, like, one of the just full of racism and terrible and stuff. They're going to look at all the laws that we passed that screw over minorities and, and... Do we really need to keep living? Like, do we need Derek around for another 100 years?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, but that's a whole different story altogether because, it's a circle. I mean, things get better, but they don't change. I mean...
Do get better. In some ways, things are better. Absolutely. I mean, when you watch a show like this, you can go, wow, at least we don't still have slaves. I guess that's a positive message, right? Things get better.
If you look at it from that point of view, I guess.
I like how almost all the actors are British.
Well, and I realize we're talking about race, and despite people's... what?
Yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say, well, I mean, look at the strives, I guess, the last 2 years. I mean, everyone has a different opinion, but, there's a lot of other things as far as... homosexual stuff being passed. I mean, by the end of the decade, I'm sure it's going to be legal in most states. Probably. I mean, that's kind of huge strides.
Gay marriage will probably be legal everywhere within a decade, and that's a stride forward. Although at some point we have to realize that marriage in general is just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like the government shouldn't have anything to do with it. It should just be between people.
Which is make all marriage illegal.
Yeah, I feel like it's. When
marriage sucks balls. Trust me.
No,
sorry, Nate.
I live with Kimberly. We're not married officially, but
we might as well be.
Well, except Idaho won't let us get insurance together because we're not married. Idaho won't do a whole bunch. We can't file taxes at the same rate that a married couple can. We live exactly the same. And there are times when I'm like, let's just go down to the courthouse and sign a paper. It'll take us 40 minutes to get married. And that tells you exactly what marriage is. If marriage is really like a sacred covenant or whatever else, then how come I can go get married in 40 minutes?
Aren't they? Well, and then if you were talking about holy,
and you can
blah,
get
blah, blah.
re-divorced.
But what I mean is, when we're talking about,
I got divorced in 40 minutes.
When we're talking about insurance,
it was easy as shit.
Companies, I don't think they're necessarily looking at the holiness or how true the love is, etc., etc. But back in the day, maybe they're using old numbers, but back in the day, they looked at the numbers, and married couples generally had whatever you want to say, more income or more steady income.
So let's give them a break on their taxes.
Less likely to blah 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 accidents, etc., etc. They're more, their life is more a straight line rather than up and down. I'm just saying, if we're just talking about pure numbers,
historically, absolutely. But things have changed in a lot of directions.
It's true.
And I agree that we're getting better. I'm actually excited that gay marriage is becoming more of a thing where we're, as a nation, we're not worried about it anymore. We're not.
But you guys, it's a slippery slope. If you let gay people get married, next thing you know, people are gonna want to be marrying their dogs and their horses.
I love when people say that argument because you're always like, you secretly want to marry your dog or your horse.
I love when people use that argument because I always fire back with, two consenting adults wanting to get married is fine
what about
with me. There's no such thing as
we're going off topic.
Sex
I'm like
with a dog. That's rape.
Yeah. And
your
gross.
No dog's like, please. Can we now?
I wouldn't
Can
say
we
no
twice?
dog.
Lois, I wouldn't say
no
dog.
God damn it.
Gross.
That's a gross thing, huh?
Sexy.
Yeah, sexy but gross.
Gross.
All right. Anyway, no, what this movie will do is it'll maybe stir up some conversations, which will be good. And the actors are solid actors. There's no bad actors.
Maybe on the offhand, it might be an interesting interesting or entertaining movie. Who knows? Maybe there'll be some good performances or writing.
Yeah, I think the performances will be solid. And you know why we all hate Paul Dano? Because he's cast always to play an asshole.
Yeah.
Every character he's cast as, because he's perfect for that part.
Yeah.
God,
He looks.
my favorite thing he's in is in There Will Be Blood when he finally gets
Oh, yeah.
bludgeoned to death, and I'm like, yeah!
I stole your milkshake.
No?
Oh.
Do you remember that scene, Nathan?
Yeah, absolutely.
And There Will Be Blood when he gets bludgeoned to death. He's like, I stole your milkshake.
He's in Girl Next Door, right?
Looper.
Yeah.
He's in Looper. He gets his legs impossible off.
Impossible.
He's in Little Miss Sunshine as a colorblind
Good
guy.
I
stuff.
hate him. I gotta hate him. He just looks really. He looks really greasy.
He
looks
does.
like
He
doesn't
looks
shower
very
a lot.
greasy. He looks. He
guy.
always looks like he needs a.
Like a powdering.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in The Girl Next Door.
So let's talk about homework.
Yeah,
What do we
homework.
got? Oh, there's Thomas's homework.
Tom's homework.
Nicolas Cage.
Seeking Justice or something.
Right.
Yes.
Seeking Justice with Nicolas Cage. Although now on Netflix it might just be Justice.
I think. Yeah.
I'll be honest, gentlemen. I knew I was gonna have to pick a movie, and before I left, I didn't even log into Netflix. I went into my computer, and I literally looked at. They have highlights for movies in different categories, and I'm just like Nicolas Cage, boom,
Perfect.
yeah. And yeah, it was disappointment. It was boring.
Yeah.
It's a terrible movie, but I was think more disappointed because the cast is actually
You're thinking of the villain, right?
I like Guy Pearce. January Jones, as some of you know, is my least favorite actress in all of Hollywood.
What did you think of her in this?
She was great. She was actually kind of a non-entity for me. I felt like January Jones.
So that's a plus, right?
Was in the background, and then she gets raped. And then
that
she
should be the title of this episode.
Jesus.
Rape? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
And then the rape scene I was actually okay with.
Yeah.
Because the guy breaks the window on her car and she goes, ah! And then he throws her in the back seat and she's like, well, my shoes. And then it cuts. And then the next thing we see her in a hospital. And the doctor's like, she was raped. And I was like, okay, at least we didn't
have to suffer through it like Last House on the Left for 45 fucking minutes.
Yeah. I get so tired of that because they have to choose like the most vile crime that anyone can think of. The only one who doesn't think rape's a vile crime is somebody who has raped and likes doing that. Everyone else though is just like,
ew,
come on, really? Like every time.
Well, to me, half the time, if the directors are actually trying to evoke some kind of emotion, I think it's a lame shortcut.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's exactly
it's
what
a
I'm
lame
saying.
shortcut
Because it's so vile. It's something that everyone just is like
is
uncomfortable
repulsed
with.
by. Yeah.
But that's why I don't
You
like
could
this
have got
movie.
away with just the dude beating the shit out of her.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
all they need.
Or
That's
all you
or
needed.
stealing that, even just stealing that necklace that he just gave her.
Yeah.
Well, stealing the necklace isn't
But
wrong.
Thomas
Taking it and
nailed
then
it
beating the
when he
shit out
called
of
it a shortcut. This whole movie is just shortcuts,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like there's no earned emotion at any point. It just there's this scene where Nicolas Cage plays a high school English teacher.
Yeah.
As
Plays
an
Lewis.
English professor, I was like, "Oh, let's see how this is
can
handled."
you guys, can you guys relate? Or can you relate to him?
God.
It was a semicolon thing, right, or whatever.
Yeah, that scene was hilarious. Okay, so he's reading poetry to his fucking students, and I'm like, he's the worst teacher I've ever seen. Those students.
Wasn't that Shakespeare?
It was the Weary Blues by Langston Hughes.
I thought at one point he was reading Shakespeare.
Langston Hughes is actually an interesting poet, and I've taught Langston Hughes, and you know what?
Yeah.
You don't sit there and read it like you do in my class when I taught it.
Yeah.
Actually, mine. You get into it. It's all right? Raising in the Sun and all that stuff. He's okay. But the way Nicolas Cage is just sitting there reading the Langston Hughes, and
Oh yeah.
and then his students are like, we're black and we don't care about our education and you're stupid. And then he like punches the one kid. And
that was awesome.
Do you like how
awful.
And everyone is like, you can't punch a kid, you're suspended. And I'm like, did you see the kid swing at him? I'm a school teacher. If someone swings at me, I'm fully allowed to punch back.
You're gonna cry and get in the fetal position.
That's because English teachers fucking hide. I mean, they're all pussies.
Okay.
As soon as he gets up at you, you're gonna be like, he's gonna be like, oh, and you're gonna be like, he's got a gun! He's got a gun!
I always notice that in movies, I don't know if you guys notice this, but in movies when they have like English teachers, it's always like there's only like 5 books they've used in every movie ever to be showing like what an English. So open up and it's the cover of the book could be a white with a black label that says Shakespeare. Like open up your generic Shakespeare book.
Right.
And
that's what these English teachers. And then he reads a verse from a poem, some poem, and then he's like, "Oh, you kids, you get that?" And either the kids are like in this where they're all like stupid and they're just angry, or more typically the kids are like, he's the best English teacher ever.
Okay, Lewis, I'll play devil's advocate.
Surprise.
I didn't like the movie. He's explaining. It's kind of funny because he's explaining in one of the poems or Shakespeare. I forgot what he was reading at the time. He's reading off all these words, but they're words to describe anger.
Right.
And like he said, take your anger and express it or use it in a positive way, whether it's writing
words as opposed
blah blah
to
blah school
action.
teacher. Yeah, exactly.
And then his wife gets raped, and so then he goes and hires Guy Pearce to murder the rapist.
Circle. He was just oversimplifying.
So pretty much what you're waiting for do is when the dude's texting on his phone to grab it and just go, "What are you texting? A B C D E F G H."
No, it was. They tried building on this conspiracy theory that it didn't really. It could have
conspiracy. What was the line? The like jumping bunny.
I think it was
the hungry rabbit jump.
The hungry rabbit jumps.
Where?
So bad. So there's this phrase that keeps getting repeated: the hungry rabbit jumps. And then when they finally explain it, you're like,
yeah, there's no. It's pretty much spoilers. What the movie's about is his wife gets raped and assaulted, and he's obviously really upset about it. And so Guy Pearce approaches him.
Why?
Guy Pearce approaches him about it, and Guy Pearce pretty much offers his services as far as we know where this guy's at right now, and we can take care of him. And of course, Nicolas Cage is like, no, and then he's like, yes, and then but the guy says, you just have to do a favor for us. Mob mentality. Ooh, I wonder what the favor is. They make it sound like it'll
be simple.
A phone call or
drop off
like
a package or something easy.
Anyways, they kill the guy for him. 6 months later, him and his wife are starting to recoup and be better.
Because 6 months.
Sure enough, yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah. Sure enough, he gets the call and they start making him jump through more and more hoops.
And it's like ridiculous shit too. It's like that like Eagle Eye movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Eventually, they want him to kill someone, and then it just kind of spirals out of control from there.
And then he gets chased by the cops, and he has to prove that it's a conspiracy.
Yeah,
it was just bad. Okay,
how do they know where the rapist was?
That's
exactly.
I
hated. Is like,
exactly.
We know where he is, who he is.
Guys,
it's just a guy who does
obviously, remember they have people in the FBI. They've got people in the police
everywhere. They're the most well-equipped conspiracy ever, and it's bullshit. Like
the
they're
whole
so
town is all into like the works of it.
Okay, so
boss.
here's why this movie's terrible. Do you remember the scene where? Okay, Guy Pearce says to him, "If you want us to kill the rapist, all you have to do is go to the food machine
and buy 2 of the Wonder Bars
and buy
or whatever.
2 yummy bars." And so fucking Nicolas Cage goes to the machine and he stares at it for a while.
You like that security officer just staring at him?
And there's like some policemen staring at him, and we're like, is that policeman in on the conspiracy? And so then he buys 2 Wonder Bars, and the policeman's like, man, you must love Wonder Bars or some stupid bullshit.
He goes, you must love Wonder Bars. If you're going to treat yourself, why not go all the way?
And get his Snickers.
Because he's like, those are the healthy bars.
Yeah. So then
You're gonna shit yourself from all that fiber.
Anyway, so this scene lasts like
5
for
minutes.
40 minutes.
It's a long movie.
It's the longest fucking scene for no reason at all. They could have cut that whole scene and just had Nicolas Cage look at Guy Pearce and go, "Do it."
Yeah.
Like literally, that could have been the scene, and it would have had exactly the same emotional.
Like the only,
And it would have moved the movie along
Or
about
just
8
go
minutes.
walk by, like, just go to this other chair across from me if you want me to do it.
Yeah, they didn't need to do a 20-minute.
Or what they could have done is been like, all right, so we know where the guy is who raped your wife. Do you want us to kill her? And just have him look at January Jones and be like,
It's all right.
Okay, but I mean,
Happens a
This
lot.
has been going downhill anyways. This divorce is already on the works.
have you watched Mad Men?
I've been looking for an excuse, honestly.
That's awful.
And January Jones for the whole movie, she's always just like wandering through the apartment. She does nothing. She just sits in the back.
Yeah,
excuse me. She plays cello. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you got
Jennifer Carpenter.
Oh yeah, from Dexter.
January Jones's best friend in this movie is Jennifer
Yeah. No,
Carpenter
it's the
from
guy's
Dexter.
sister, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
Dexter's sister.
Or no, I thought it was. Isn't it
She's
Nicolas
a cello.
Cage's sister?
She's a fantastic actress. If you watch
And she
Dexter,
gets wasted.
She won me over. Like, I hated her from the first episode, and by the third season, I was like, she's probably the best actor on this show.
Did she
Like,
die in the movie?
No,
she's
totally
she's just
wasted.
she's
in like 3
wasted.
scenes.
Yeah, the talent
I
is
was like,
wasted.
She's in like 3 scenes.
He's not returning my calls.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's all
I
she
don't
does.
know.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, why do you cast Jennifer Carpenter like a legitimate, or Guy Pearce, or any legitimate actor, and then put them in a movie with no?
Because they want to
lines?
meet Nicolas Cage.
It's like the worst. It's like the worst leading couple too. It's seriously. I want you to think about it real quick. I want you to think about the mind fuck that they went with this movie. They gave you Nick Cage and January Jones. It was like two
Match
pong.
made in
It was like
heaven.
two pong paddles in a movie together. Bong.
Now, how old is January Jones? Because she looked to me
48.
Compared to him,
Really?
she looks like she's
no idea.
25, and he looks 48.
Yeah,
I think he's a good 20 years older than she is.
Easily.
But he's a deep English teacher.
January
Jones.
I fell in love with her when she was in my class last semester.
I think that
78. So 34.
There you go.
Right.
All right, you guys. I want you to pop open your Langston Hughes book.
35. I guess it'd make it
Yeah.
35.
So overall, I don't think it's
Doesn't
a
shrivel like a
really
raisin in the sun.
subpar
Put your phone
thriller.
away. Put your phone away there, black child.
Black child.
Quit texting.
Everyone,
Lord.
He works at an inner city high school with like they have to go through metal detectors.
I was really surprised they didn't give him long hair.
His friend's the guy from Matrix 2 and 3.
He always has.
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
always
right.
wants long hair. I was thinking for this costume, I could have really long, wispy hair.
No, Nick.
You know, like a light pearl.
we need to discuss this. Your hair steals the show. All right.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
That's enough. Okay,
It
so that
was
movie's
terrible.
terrible. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Nathan, what's our homework for next week?
I want you guys to watch Red State finally because I know everybody has it on their list,
I've
and
been
this
looking
is
forward to
a
seeing
way
that.
to get you guys to watch it.
I've been
so.
wanting to see it for a long time. I'm excited.
I like it. You guys want to see a trailer for it, or what do you want to do?
No, let's just watch it.
Let's watch
I'm
it.
excited to watch that movie.
Acting.
Acting. Thank you.
I have long hair for it.
So Red's.
Are you sure you don't want to read the script? No, I just want long hair.
Can my character have long hair?
More extensions.
I've been flipping through the script and it doesn't mention if I have long hair.
I was thinking in this scene we could have a giant fan set up. So maybe when I'm jogging here.
The trailer could just be me shaking my head.
When I'm playing Ghost Rider, instead of being a bald skull, I want
Non-fiery hair.
Right.
Out of curiosity, guys, have you watched The College Humor? Nicolas Cage, he's the agent. Okay, we'll have to watch that in between shows.
All right.
All right, guys, that's the show for today. Thank you for listening in and or watching or whatever we're doing in this. God damn it, Nathan.
You're welcome. Hey, I fixed it for you while you guys were talking. There's not the irritating part's gone now.
That was the best part.
Now it's only the good part.
This is our last podcast we're ever doing.
That's right, because Jared's now kicked off the show for pissing off the owner.
Nathan should be a DJ.
Yeah, do that.
I was at EDC. They played this kind of music all the time.
Bragging.
No.
Well, anyways.
No, they didn't play this music at all.
That's our show, guys. Thank you for listening in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Homework next week will be Red State. Leave us. God damn it, this music is fucking annoying.
I'm just going to turn it up now. I worked really hard on this, you fucker.
Well, it sucks a bag of dicks.
Nathan, you're going to have to finish if you keep turning up the volume.
Thanks for everyone not listening.
I came in my pants.
I am sweating buckets.
Yeah, me too.
Pails.
Thank you guys for listening. Tune in and go to timespentpoorly.com. You can now find us on Twitch TV /timespentpoorly TV. You can find us on the Stitcher app. Find us all on the Twitters. I'm at Nathan L. Betts. He's at Sir Jarod. And then no one else in here except for Derek has one. Derek Yon is at Derek Yon.
Listen to Derek's podcast. It is.
Yep.
What's it called?
Check out my podcast. Check out my podcast. In that movie, I play a hairdresser. I play a hairdresser who only gets extensions. Tell you what, show the Derek Young experience.
Yeah, so take a little off back. Wouldn't you rather have one?
I can do it. I was thinking I could get a perm or something.
Let me tell you what, I'll do it for free. If you don't like it, but you'll love it.
Thanks for watching and thanks for listening, guys. Go to Time Spent Poorly for all of your Time Spent Poorly podcast network needs. TimespentPoorly.com